Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverages. A very refreshing and cooling iced mint lemonade. So welcome back to the game. It's sort of advantageous when it's with extreme weather in the game. Either way, welcome back to the game. Previously, we were adding in things like the kitchen canteen. We were doing some more grants when it comes to things like the infirmary and just generally progressing on so we can get some prisoners. That is the plan for this episode, getting the bulk of that done, which includes this over here, which is going to be our cell block. I want to get this done and completed as a model cell block for cloning, so we'll see how we get on there. And well, there's obviously other grants that we can undertake, and one of them will be basic farming. I'm going to pick that up right now because, well, that's one of the things that we said we were going to do with this series from the very beginning. So, a few things of note. I'm going to go over to our area here and then just put the wall in because, well, we need that there. It just looks a bit strange without it. And then we're going to have some double doors in each of these rooms. I'm not entirely sure what they're going to be, but we'll sort that out. And then over to here where we've got our, like say, our cell block. I'm then going to go over to objects and dismantle because I want to remove the lighting and I'll redo the lighting. Let's also put in, let's say this is going to be the model cell block. So that's the idea of it. Let's see how we get on. So I'm just going to put in all of the cells, and then we'll have to have things like all the cells, and then all of the stuff in the middle, which will be, what will be in the middle? I think I'm going to go with a common room of some kind. And there's this back here. This is where I was and still am going to put the water boiler. However, I did say I'll put a door there, but the problem is it's going to get smashed up if the inmates fight, whereas people have suggested if we'd actually do that and then put the door at the back, it'll be a lot easier, and well, that makes reasonable sense. One of the disadvantages of doing this is that you don't get the area of effect for the heat. I might actually put a double door on there because it'll look cool. Yes, so you don't get the radiant effect from the heat from it. That's just how it is. Let's just go over to staff and guards, and then I'm going to hire some more guards, and then go to deployment, and then to patrols, and then we're going to assign some patrols in and around the facility. So we'll do this, and then we're going to say assign guards 1 and 2. And then I'll say, why not? Let's just go with a patrol in here and assign a guard. And then there we go. That is now another grant done. And we can pick up another grant. So let's see. We've got visitation rights, governmental security ratings, prisoner acclimatization, prisoner acclimatization. That was acclimatization and engagement mixed together. And it sort of worked. We've got emergency protocols. Activate stay indoors during 3 calamities. I'm going to pick that up and click once. There we go. That's now done. I can click it multiple times, but it's not going to do the rest of it. So yeah, workers are going to build over here, which is fine. After that, we need to think about this area. So we need to go for hire the farm worker staff member. So we will do that. So there's a farmer. Farmers will handle all jobs related to farming. Really? More news at 11. They also are required to teach inmates how to perform gardening tasks, I would imagine. Correctly build a vegetable allotment, fruit orchard, farming field, and 5 crops of any type in each room. Okay, that's going to be the sticking point, because these are the sort of finished areas. This is what we've denoted for our fields. So these are the different orchards. 1, 2, 3, 4 orchards. This here was going to be our vegetable patches, and then we need a field which is going to go there. What I'll do, I will make some temporary or permanent areas for that. So vegetable allotment. So let's see what we need for that. So vegetables, minimum size of 5 by 5. So I'm going to put in one of them. Farming rooms allow the planting of vegetables, fruit trees, and cereals. These crops can either be sold as exports or used for prisoner meals. We need to build a fruit orchard, so we'll go for orchard. And I'll say this one, like so. And like that. And then we need a farming field. which almost certainly will be something I get rid of. But we'll put it there and we'll see what the game does. Now, I'll point out that we do eventually want to go for some level of automation, but that is definitely a future us problem. You know, I'm happy to have the workers come in and, you know, manage the earth and the ground and do it all manually. However, you know, we need to go sort of from there. Let's just put in the objects, which is a shed. So the shed will go in, let's see, there and there. Actually, wait, let me cancel that. I don't know what the default orientation is. That. So one there, and one there. So why is the shed not going in there? And I can't... What? And I can't cancel the shed there. That's interesting. Okay, well, we'll bring all the stuff in. It'll take them a little while to do it. So one's going there, and one... Ah, it can't go there because I didn't build up. Sorry. Shed. No. Rooms. This is the farming field. Like that. And then shed. A shed can only go... Yes, when it's actually on a field. You can't just place a shed in the middle of nowhere. Which is well known. Right, so lighting. Let's put all this back in. And that should do for now. And then lighting in here. And that should suffice. And then obviously all of the rooms. So shed over there, and shed there. That's saying we are okay. We are far from okay when it comes to water. But I will run a pipe in here. Naturally, the whole water thing, which is the technical term, we're going to have to... Yeah, we're going to have to sort out... I should have really ran the water this way, shouldn't I? I'm going to redo that. That was a mistake putting that there, because I want the water to go up into the cells and then down into here. And I said it at the time, and I actually put it in play, and then I redid it because I'm an idiot. Luckily, it's exceptionally easy just to say sell utility and do that, so you get your money back. I don't know if it's 100% back, but you do get it back. So that goes there. Small pipe there, small pipe there. Small pipe will run in like so and like so, because while they're building that, we're going to go to cells. And cells here, cells here. So, what goes in the cells? Well, for a start, I'm going to make sure I don't forget. We'll have radiators in. We currently don't need them, but if I don't build them, I will forget. Beds or comfy beds? We're going to go with beds. Like so. And we're going to go with toilet and sink. There's the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Shower heads, which we have one, because we obviously previously we did a temporary system. Drains, like so. So this will have everything that a prisoner really needs. TVs for entertainment, like so, at the foot of the bed. We will put in a pet bird, which it gives luxury. It caters for luxury and... actually, wait, do I put them there? Yeah, let's put them there. It caters for the luxury and... family need. We'll put in a... What else? Bookcase, which normally put it right next to the bed, but we're going to rotate it around and put it at the bottom, which is right next to the right next to the the shower. So I'm hoping it is okay there. And a gym mat. No, actually, because we have a yard, so we exercise can be elsewhere. A prayer... Do I need a prayer mat here, or do I put them out here? I don't think I need any more in their cells. It's getting a bit cramped, isn't it? I will, however, go for a window. However, what sort of windows are there? Wooden window small. Well, there you go. Wooden window small it is. And once that is in, doors, jail door. I believe that will make that complete. Utilities, water boiler, hot water pipe, like that. And let me max speed that out, because there's not much else for me to do for a while. Because the workers are going to take oh so long in building it. Now, I'm still under a positive daily cash flow. That's good. So we'll keep, like I say, monitoring that. We do need to put 5 crops of any type in each room. 5 crops of any type. Okay. So the orchard is the obvious one because it takes the longest to grow. Orchard. Now the problem is these are a 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they're a 3 by 3. So 1, 2, 3. They're going to be off to one side regardless, but we can get auto harvesters in, so that's fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 apple trees. That should be going. I'll look at obviously peach and banana trees and other things later on. I don't want to put any more in than what is required for the grant. And obviously the workers have got so much to do anyway. Vegetable allotment. We're going to go for carrots, tomatoes, potatoes, cabbages. You're getting the most from tomatoes. Let's go for the vegetables. That. And then finally, the farming field. Unlike other crops, fruit trees will yield fruit continuously, and such trees won't need replanting after every harvest. Good. Corn, barley, or wheat. Anything that is good for selling. Wheat is the most. I'm just going to put a little bit in. Vegetable and cereal crops need, by default need to automatically be bought in and replanted after each harvest. Yes. So there's them going in. And that'll be basic farming. How are we doing for this? I'm going to pick up dogs. I'll pick up CCTV improvements and probably armory, because that'll be grants that we can do. We just need to put in the rest of these crops, which they are working on. Over here, you can see all this has been planted. I need to put in, what are we on? 32 grand. Fine. Metal detectors. We want in a common room. I'll actually go to rooms first. Common room. And, oh, due of minister error. Completion bonus has been doubled. Excellent. Visitation rights. Visitation room, 3 visitor tables, common room, pool table, 2 TVs, 5 phone booths. We can probably do that, but I'm not going to pick it up just yet because of the whole 3 grants thing that I mentioned. Although doing that will allow us to do this. I'm not... No. Flooring. So flooring for this is going to be, as we've seen before, it's going to be the wooden dock, is it? Dock wooden. Outdoor only, no. Dark wood flooring, yes. So dark wood flooring. Like that. And then for the cells, maybe something different. Maybe wooden floor? I'm trying to use a lot of wood in this build. Like that. Can we have a gym? No, because the gym's a 7 by 7, isn't it? Yes, we can. Okay, so in the common room, we can put in some TVs. put two TVs in there, and then we'll put in chairs, but other wooden chairs. Chairs yellow, deck chairs. Just normal chairs like that. That should suffice. That covers all of that. And TVs. No, sorry, not TVs. We just put that. Pool tables, which I'll put one in there. And I'll put two in. Why not? Because common room. Actually, I'm just going to run all the way down the bottom. Like that. And we want in gym mats. Like so. And prayer mats. Like that. And that should be this sort of completed. I think. Maybe. If I go to visitation as well, and I do this, and I put in... If I put in, like, 3 visitor tables, I can get visitation rights completed pretty much in one go. In one... Yeah, because we've automatically done it. Phone booths. Like that. And in here. And there's that grant done. That was easy enough, wasn't it? So there you go. We've got crops. We've got tomato plants. We have our orchard. Each one of these is going to be different different crops, you understand. So I don't want to fill this up just yet. Do I want to just put this all as apple trees? All of this is banana trees. All this is... Probably. I'm going to get rid of the farming field, I think. The farming field we never had really in mind. Orchard. Because obviously you can't... You can sell stuff from here, which is totally fine. You can still sell stuff from it, but I didn't anticipate and I didn't plan on selling the crops really from it, because we should have more than enough from the vegetable allotment and the fruit orchard and such. So, orchard, we'll have banana trees in. So I'll place them there, didn't I? Yeah. So I've left a gap around the edge. So I need to put this... I need to have a shed in before I'm allowed to do this. Okay. So I'm just going to work along. I'm going to put 6 of each in. So I'm actually putting... When I'm thinking of the planting things, I think it's just because of, you know... I guess it depends on where you're from in the world and what you can grow. I do think apples, oranges and peaches rather than bananas to be grown, certainly where I am. So, yeah. I don't think you can grow bananas on Mars, so I'm not sure about that one. Right, this is a temporary permanent visitation. We'll come back to that one. We have this in place. We don't have any flooring around the outside, which is a problem. Let me just go ahead and check in our needs. Oh, actually, wait, I'm also going to pick up prison policy. Prisoner needs: bladder, bowels, sleep, food, safety, hygiene, exercise, family, recreation, comfort, environment, warmth, privacy, all met. Spirituality, literature, and luxuries sort of met. The only thing we haven't done is clothing. So that is we need an area that is going to be for, let's see, for clothing. So I'm going to go for a laundry in here. Why this size? No reason. I've just placed it like this. It's going to require the guys to take stuff around a lot. Maybe then actually if I placed it here it would be better. Yeah, actually I've changed my mind on that one immediately. Let's go to more. Let's go to reclaimed wood wall, and it's going to be a bit of a different size. Probably oversized, but that'll do. We want to go for the doors. We want to go for a staff double door. And this is going to be a laundry, which we do have. Because then I believe, obviously with this caveat aside, we haven't got all patrols put in. We haven't got all of the kitchen staff. We haven't set up our policies. You know, there's a lot of but we haven't in this one. However, was auto light on? Yes, it was. However, with that said, I do think we can probably get prisoners. think it's possible. We need some power over here, which will run like that. We need some water over here, which will be like that. And there we go. We do need, obviously, some more staff. We need at least 2 more cooks. Actually, we probably could have done without that because we've only got 12 prisoners. Right. We're going to leave there for now. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. A bit shorter than usual, I must admit, but needs must, I'm afraid. Let me just finish off with some of the flooring in here. Dark wood. We're trying to finish before we move on to other bits. But yeah, I think we're ready to get prisoners in the next 24 hours. We do have, now, apple trees, banana trees, peach trees. We got this wheat. We do need some more farmers. I think at least one more farmer. Can't find them for some reason. Right there. One more farmer is needed. But yeah, let's see how we get on. I think next episode we finalise things like obviously deployment needs to be sorted. You know, like all this needs to be staff only, which is shared for some reason. It's because of this. I need to put a wall around here. So I'll need to sort that out. I need to change a lot of this to staff only. And obviously there's loads of little bits to do. But I think we're pretty much ready to receive inmates and see how we get on. Let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, we will go from there. Hope you've enjoyed it. Comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. And generic partings.